in this video, I'm gonna share with you everything I wish I knew before I first started selling my own digital product 9 years ago. I've been selling digital products on platforms like Etsy, Creative Market, and I've been doing this for more than 9 years. And in this video, I'm gonna share my personal experience. I'll also share some tips that help me get more sales. So let's get started. And if you're new here, my name is Anna, and I'll also add here that I've sold physical products also, and I'll be comparing them both. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have an idea what type of product will work best for you right now. So like I've said earlier, I started selling my own digital product 9 years ago on Etsy, and I've been selling specifically digital prints, wall art, that customer can then print on their own at their home or by using their local printing center to get the prints done and hang on the wall like a piece of decor. So, but there are many products you can sell on platforms like Etsy. This includes Canva templates, PDFs, coloring pages, SVGs. There are lots of products. So back when I first started, it was a little bit more difficult than it is right now. I mean, I took the pictures myself, but right now you have so many AI tools that can help you design the products. So it's much more easier. So the second shop that I have, I sell mockups specifically for displaying the prints. For the sellers that sell the wall art, it's easier to use a mockup to showcase your art as opposed to photographing each and every print. So that was my second shop, and the third shop is where I actually sell physical prints that customer can get in the mail. And for that one, I was using a print-on-demand service. I was not doing this all by myself. So if you want to try it, it's not that big of an investment. But my personal favorite is digital product, because once you make the product, once you have it, you can sell it multiple times, and that's why the profit margin is so great with the digital product. With physical product, it works a little bit different. Every time you have a sale, you have to pay your production partner to actually make the product. Then you have the shipping costs. If you are making the product on your own, you have the storage fee. And this is why I started with digital products for beginners. It's so great because you don't have to spend a lot of money to make the product, and then you don't have to spend the money to make the product when you have a sale. So this is why I think it's so great for beginners, and it's such a great thing to try as your first business. Okay, so and the second thing I like about selling on platforms is that from the first day you have traffic, because Etsy have millions of customers, millions of daily active users, and the chances that your shop will show up in some listings, in some searches, it's much more higher as opposed to if you do your everything on your own. If you do your own shop, you have to get the traffic, or you have to pay the advertising to get the traffic. So I think for beginners, it's such a great thing to try to sell on the marketplaces, because you don't have to do a lot of things. You have to do only the one thing right, your listings, and you may get traffic, you may get sales. So you don't have to make a lot of things and get distracted so much. So back in 2016, when I first started selling my own digital product, there wasn't so much information online of how many listings you should have to get a sale, how much time you should wait to get a sale. So, but I would say many Etsy sellers have these questions, and I'll cover them in this video. For me, my first sale took around a week or so to get it, and it was so exciting. In terms of listings, I would say I had around 10 listings, maybe 5 to 10 listings when I first got the sale, but it really depends. It doesn't mean you have to have 10 listings or have even more or fewer. It depends on what product are you selling. For example, if you're selling a product that may serve a lot of customers from one product, I mean, if you make a template that can serve lots of customers, then it's okay to have 1 or 2 listings. But if you're selling products that are more like it was with the wall art for me, there are many tastes, many interior styles. You have to have a little bit more of the listings for the customer to actually choose one. How do you know how many listings you should have? I would suggest checking your competitor's shop, like I did in the beginning. I saw that the competitor shop has many listings, and I thought my task for the day is to make at least 1 listing. And if you're wondering if you should have more listings, you can check your competitor's shop and see if there are only 10 listings and they are doing many sales, then you can keep it low with the listings. If you're checking your competitor shop and there are thousands and hundreds and thousands of listings, then you should probably make your priority to make listings maybe every single day, maybe 4 times a week. I would say here, and tip for you for your Etsy shop is that you have to make something every day to make your shop appear a little bit better in front of your customer. For example, on days when I didn't make new listings, I was working on my shop appearance, and by that I mean I edited the logo, I made it a little bit better, I made the banner a little bit better, I was working on the keywords, on the listing description. So if you're not making any new listings today, it's probably a good idea to work on your shop appearance. A great tip for you for your shop is that if the product you're selling allows to make a bundle of multiple products from your shop, it's a great idea, because many of the best sellers in my shop were a bundle of prints that I made. So, and how do you know that if you can do that? You check your competitor shop, and if they are doing a bundle of products from their shop, then you can also do it as well. So it may increase your sales and the average order value. Another question you Etsy sellers have is that how much you should allocate for your advertising budget on Etsy. I would say for me it worked this way. In the beginning I was advertising very low, like for $1 a day, $2 a day, but right now I think you can't even do advertising for a month after you open the shop. So I would say you can keep it low from the beginning, because in the beginning I was not having so many bestsellers listings. So it was not a good idea to spend on advertising a lot. But once you get to those bestsellers, you might make your advertising budget bigger. I don't mean thousands of dollars per day, but if you're starting with $1, $2, and you get a feeling that you have a bestseller, you can bump it up like for $5, $10, and see how it works. Because if you don't have yet your bestseller, you may be spending too much on advertising. In the beginning, for me also, what worked well is that I posted on Pinterest, on Instagram, on TikTok, and it's basically free. You don't spend anything like you do on Etsy advertising. So it's a great idea to make some social media posts and see if it brings you traffic, and you can spend a little bit of time on that. But I would say for Etsy advertising, it's much more targeted. Like if your customer types certain keywords and your listing pops up, they may click on it and they may buy it. For example, on social media, customers are maybe they are not looking for the specific product you are selling, but they may see, they may save it, and they may come back later. So it's a long-term investment, I will say, investment of your time. With the advertising budget, I will add here that it depends also on what you are selling. If you are selling digital product, you have all your costs in front of you, like the Etsy transaction fee, the listing fee, and you can make a decision, a little bit better decision on how much you can spend on advertising. For physical products, you should carefully check what your production cost is, what your shipping cost is, and then you can make this decision on how much you can allocate for advertising. Another question Etsy sellers have is that what is the conversion rate? And it depends. For all the free shops I run, the conversion rate is different. For the digital prints, it's around 1.72%. It varies. For the mock-ups, it's the highest. It's 3 and 4%. From all of my shops, it's the highest percentage. And for the physical prints, it's around 1%, I would say, because the prints are much more expensive than the digital ones, and I think it's a little bit more difficult for the customer to make the purchase. Another question the new Etsy sellers have is that how do you get the 5-star reviews? For my shop, it worked by giving the best customer service possible. When the customer contacted us, they were not sure of what prints they should get. We were discussing with them, we were helping them, and they were amazed, they were happy. Now, a lot of new sellers, or they're not even sellers yet, have a question: how do you know what product you should sell on Etsy? And here I would say you should definitely check the websites that give you insights on what products are trending right now on Etsy and how many sales a specific store is getting. If you're thinking on starting selling a specific product, you can check the shop sales. For me, it worked this way. I was checking like what is best selling right now on Etsy, and there were many shops that were selling digital prints in the top list. So I thought it's a great idea to try. And also, if you're already selling right now on Etsy, you may also check these tools to get you ideas for new products in your shop. Another great tip that worked really, really well for my shop to boost the sales, it was to have an active sale. In the beginning, I was experimenting with 10 to 15% sale, and I was constantly having them on my shop live. And I think the customer loves sales. And this is why it's a great idea if your product allows to have an active sale. You might even do the bundle sale, like if your customer buys 2 or 3 more items from your shop, you might give them a coupon that they can apply at checkout. But it's a great idea to have a sale because it may boost your sales. So this is basically my story, what worked for me. In terms of sales, from all the shops I run, I've made over $1 million in sales over the 9 years. And if you have any questions, comment below. And make sure you're gonna hit that subscribe button if you want more content like this.